Welcome back to Yoshi Entertainment, everybody. Now, just recently, Monique's oldest son, Shalon Jackson, came out and he issued a public apology to his mother via social media. Now, a lot of people were cracking jokes talking about, oh, it looks like he's reading from a teleprompter and all this kind of stuff. Allegedly, communication works better for him whenever he writes his feelings down, what he has to say down, what he wants to get out, down on a piece of paper, and then he reads from it. Or at least that's what I heard. And I can understand that. There's some people, they don't know how to express themselves right off the rip, just talking. So they have to use other methods. And there's nothing wrong with that. I encourage people to find these other kind of methods to help them be able to express themselves better. Like I said before, allegedly, that was why it looked like he was reading off of something whenever he was making this apology, because he'd already written down how he felt and kind of sorted out his feelings so that he could say it in this video. He was saying that he was thankful for all the grace and patience that his family gave him, that he was dealing with some mental health issues whenever he made that statement. Now, here's the issue that I have. I am not in the house, because a lot of people are saying, oh, that's good that you apologize to your mother. But see, here's the problem. This is a two-way street. I feel like a lot of people forgot. He made some statements. We're not in the house with him. We didn't grow up with him. We're not in the room with Monique. We're not in every situation that she had whenever she fell out with her son or had a disagreement with her son. We don't know the entire story. We only know what they put out. We didn't grow up with Shalon. Hopefully I'm saying his name right. If I'm not, I apologize. We didn't grow up with him. We didn't grow up watching how she parented him, so to speak. We don't know all the details, like I said before. She could have did something that she never admitted to. She could have failed him in an area of her parenting and raising him that she has not admitted to. I'm not saying that there are perfect parents. Nobody is the perfect parent. She could have did everything and then some, and then he still could have decided, oh, I'm going to make my own bad decisions. Like I said, we don't know. But what it seems like to me is that there's an issue of friction, if you will, between the two of them. Both of them should have apologized to each other, if you ask me. He said what he said, which called into question, like I said, something that she could have did that she didn't admit to the public, him feeling like maybe she failed him in an area or did something that she had no business, or she was putting on this, like he said, self-righteous act, but that's not how she was, according to him. But like I said, we don't know that. Allegations this, allegedly that. And instead of talking to him privately, calling him up, she decides to make an entire segment about him, cussing him out, saying F you to her own son during her stand-up. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. These black comedians who keep dragging their children into their stand-ups, being disrespectful, being self-hating, being rude, bringing up stuff that they should have left between the two of them, between them and their child, using that to degrade their children, further degrade their children, try to paint themselves as the victim and their child as the villain. That's a very disgusting thing to do. I've seen many comedians, black comedians, do this. And I called out the ones who did it before, like Mike Epps and Corey Holcomb. We can call out Monique as well, because we ain't doing that double standard thing over here. She was wrong for saying that about her son. She was wrong for doing that. She could have been the bigger person, and she chose not to be. She should have been the bigger person because she was the parent. She chose not to be. Like I said before, she should have apologized to her son publicly, like what she publicly did during that stand-up. You had that energy to do that. You should have had the energy to apologize to your son. Now, I applaud him for being the one to apologize, for saying, you know what, I have some accountability in this situation. I didn't want to take my share of the accountability. I was wrong, XYZ. Like I said, I don't know the entire story. I can only say what I think it looks like. I applaud him for apologizing. I applaud him for trying to make things right. Now, he said allegedly, according to this article, that it was his younger siblings that actually encouraged him to reconcile with their mother. So shout out to the younger kids, because they were doing most of the heavy lifting here up until he put out this apology. But once again, I want people to understand this is a point that I constantly make on this channel. Stop putting these celebrities on a pedestal. Y'all don't know these people. I feel like a lot of people took Monique's side because it's Monique that we're talking about. But they don't know, they don't care about the fact that, once again, they weren't there during all of these times. They didn't see what she may have or may not have done. Now, again, I'm not trying to make baseless accusations or allegations. I'm just saying keep in mind that you don't know these people, that anything could have happened. Don't just paint them as the hero and their children as the villain in every situation when a celebrity and a celebrity's child falls out, because you don't know what's going on, all of what happened. They could have been the ones who were completely in the wrong for all you know. And by they, I mean the celebrities. But I guess we'll never know. And quite frankly, we really don't need to be in their business like that, because it's not our business. That's something that they need to keep private. Go to a therapist, talk to God about it, reconcile, apologize to each other, and be done with it. Bury the hatchet, please. Anyways, I really do hope that this reconciliation between the two of them is genuine, and I hope that that young man is getting all the help that he needs. People who have mental health issues, my heart goes out to them. They need a lot of compassion. They need a lot of understanding. Some people really be out here acting like people with mental health, like that mental health is some kind of imaginary disease. And it's real convenient for some people to think that because they're not dealing with it. So like I said before, we need to have empathy and compassion for people who are dealing with these issues, because they're very real issues that affect people very badly. Anyways, y'all let me know what y'all think about all of this down in the comments below respectfully. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Y'all all have a very blessed, beautiful, and safe day.